Yo guys, so let's just go back in time. This is a good old retrospective, man. Retrospective. So let's go back to this is the Champions League final. I think this was 2011, I believe. But Champions League final, the second one between Barcelona and Man United after Barcelona won the first one 2-0 with Eto'o and Messi scoring. So again, with this one again, people obviously thought about what happened in that first game, and people were hoping that United, they would start off well. And when you look at the first half, once Barcelona took the lead, it definitely felt as if, all right, this is going to pretty much go the way of what happened all those years ago. I think that final was the 2008 final or something. But when you saw how United then came back, because I remember when I was actually watching it in a pub with a friend, when you saw how United came back and how Rooney scored, then it's like, okay, game on. But prior to the game, there was a lot that was made of Mascherano. And it was, oh, look, Mascherano is now playing in defense. And the whole talk building up to the game is that, look, for United, tactically, you have to pinpoint and go for Mascherano because he's not a natural defender. So for the players that United had, especially like Rooney, they had to try and devise a plan to try and isolate Mascherano and try to really expose him. So that was what the talk was about. So they didn't really do that in the first half, but I think after when Rooney scored that goal, a very good goal, the 1-1 so and the finish with the right foot, then it's like, you know what, boom, we now have a second half. Now, I've sort of said this like many times and, reiterating it here again. I really don't think I can remember in a major game, let's just put that way, I can remember in a major game a half, 45 minutes. I can remember a 45 minutes, a half that was more one-sided than the second half between Barcelona and Man United. Because I think Barcelona just got into their mode. And you saw Xavi literally take over the whole game. United didn't touch the ball. United literally did not touch the ball. They had no attacking threats. And it was literally like you were watching one team play. And I think once that occurred, you just knew that it was finished. I think once the second goal went in, you were like, all right. Once that third goal went in, it was game over. And I think, when you look at the tiki-taka thing, that I've never really been a fan of it, And I'm still not, But when I saw that, I was like, this is a problem. This is a problem because you need the ball to score the goal. And again, possession is a very overrated stat. It's a very overrated stat. But I think the issue with that was Barcelona kept the ball so well. And they kept it so well that they psychologically tired out Man United. So whenever United got the ball, because they'd been running around so much and they'd been chasing so much, they were not able to even facilitate any attacks because once you had to go through so long spells without the ball, whenever you have the ball, it's very difficult for you to even get into a flow of like, oh, what do we do when we actually have the ball? Because you've had the ball for so little. But I think literally it was just because remember this was a Champions League final. You have to keep that in mind. This wasn't a La Liga game. This wasn't a case of Barcelona against Getafe or Elche where so you expect them to keep the ball for 2-3 hours. This was the Champions League final, two of the best teams in Europe. And the mismatch in that half was madness. And again, you'd probably say that was probably again, Euro 2012 was huge, but I don't say that has to be one of Xavi's best performances because that was really Xavi to the max of where this guy doesn't lose the ball. And you can give him the ball anywhere. He is either drifting past his opposing player or with one touch, he's finding another guy in a Barcelona shirt. And literally, he controlled the game. He controlled the game. Not to the extent of what Pirlo did, but again, I'm not hating, but he controlled the game. And for Guardiola, that I don't think there's any other match or section in the match or half that was a better advert of Guardiola's for football than that. that was like, yeah, man, this system is very effective and it's very problematic. But then, you say to yourself that, because I believe, yeah, Cristiano had already moved. See, Cristiano had already moved, so Cristiano was not at United. I think United were definitely missing Cristiano, because I think in that situation, United needed some speed, because again, even if you don't have the ball for that much, the ball will come to you eventually. And remember, the whole tiki-taka system is about pressing high and playing a high line. And to exploit a high line, you need someone with speed, because you need someone to be able to latch onto a long ball, break the offside trap, and really be able to now use their speed to get onto that ball by breaking the high line. And United they didn't have that. They were badly missing a Cristiano, because again, Rooney, back then when he actually was good, was much more of a technical kind of player. But I think that was because I remember when I was just watching it in the pub, and the thing about it was back to the Mascherano thing, of where people said, okay, Mascherano, he's the guy that needs to be isolated. He's the guy that they need to focus on, and they need to really try and take him out of the game. And I remember that people then, I think someone cracked a joke saying that, how are you going to expose Mascherano when you don't even have the ball? So Barcelona didn't even give United an opportunity to expose Mascherano. And literally, that had to be the easiest defending that Barcelona had to do. And also remember, correct me if I'm wrong, I think this was just after Abidal had thankfully survived from that illness that he had. And I think Abidal came on to play like a few minutes. And I think after they won, Abidal was then given the Champions League trophy to horse and everything. So again, for me, that was a beautiful moment. But for me, I think, see, Barcelona's win, I think it was against United. Yeah, like they deserved it. But I really felt that, again, this is why, Eto'o needed to really be respected. That Eto'o really changed the game, because I think United played really well. And Barcelona didn't completely dominate United in that game. It was 2-0, and I think it wasn't really a total mismatch. But the second half of this was where United literally were not even in the conversation. And I just think I was just so shocked to see that in the Champions League final. And I don't, because see, even when, let's say, Real Madrid beats Valencia 3-0 in that Champions League final, or when Real Madrid beats Juventus 4-1, that may be a bigger margin, but for me, it's about the performance. Like, even if Real Madrid beat Juventus 4-1, it wasn't as if Real Madrid just totally dominated the game. Like, this was crazy, because it really felt as if there was only one team playing. Like, Barcelona literally felt like if they were in a flipping training session, and Barcelona never reached the heights of that. See, that's 45. They never reached the heights of that, because again, like, when I was watching it, I was like, this is messed up. This is ridiculous. One team has complete possession of the ball from beginning to end, and the other team cannot get a sniff. And whenever the other team gets the ball, maximum a minute, or less, a maximum a minute, and they flip and lose the ball, and the ball goes back to Barcelona, who will now keep it for the next 5-6 minutes. So, yeah, that was definitely Guardiola's, easily his best Champions League victory, his best Champions League performance. And you know what, you said so for United, man, they could have, Ferguson could have walked away with 3 Champions League titles, because when you look at in the final there, 4, because the treble, the win over Chelsea. So he could have had 4 Champions League titles. So 2 wins, 2 losses in a final. But for me, I felt that they had a really good chance. I think the first loss to Barcelona when Eto'o and Messi scored, I think that would have pained them more, because I think they would have felt like, man, we could have got these guys. This in the second half, I think every United player were like, we got well and truly beaten by the better team. We got well and truly beaten by the better team, and there is no arguments that we can make. Thank you for watching this video. Think about pledging and become a Half of Football Hot patron. Pledge an amount each month and gain access to exclusive videos from your boy, the Football Hot, for more analysis. Peace.